Alright, hello everyone, my name is Shep, welcome back to the Butcher's Circus, and today I have a not so exciting match to show you, because I have decided to quite literally punish myself, and I'm gonna be playing a very odd team. So, what are you doing today, Shepherd Doggy? Why is this probably one of the worst teams that you've ever built? Well, the thing about this team, and the reason that it's not going to work already, is that the only attacking moves that I can use are the Flagellants, and only when he's at death's door. So in this situation, I might have to bypass my own restrictions by letting him use his moves apart from being at death's door, because even though I have equipped him with Last Breath Color, and I have characters here that are very eager to guard him, with two ways to bypass that guard and just try to take me out as well, I don't think the challenge should even be possible. So I probably won't even try to attempt it, honestly. I just don't imagine it's ever going to happen. But I will still attempt the first part of the challenge, which is using the Flagellant, and only the Flagellant, as the tool of offense. So, you know, I will not use Hound's Harry, I will not use Bellow, and I will not use Aimed Shot or Buckshot unless the Flagellant dies. If the Flagellant dies, I will use those abilities. Of course, I'm not going to use him as a sacrificial pawn, and, you know, just throw him into the front lines, let him die so my other characters can do their thing. That's not really what I'm aiming for here, though it is an idea. It is most definitely an idea, it is not what I'm going for. So already, this is a terrible matchup, I can tell you that much, because I have an anti-blight team, sort of, and my opponent has a full bleed team, like completely full bleed team. There's bleed, there's even Spiked Bat on the Bounty Hunter, there's Blood Red Coin on the Jester, and of course there's a Flagellant with the Crimson Hook, so this is gonna be kind of atrocious. The one thing that is going for me is that my opponent doesn't have a lot of sustain, while I sort of do. I have a Musketeer, and with her big heal, I would love to have an Arbalest in this situation, but instead I brought the Musketeer because I wanted stress healing. I already have the doggy here for stress healing. Why did I bring Musketeer? I don't know, I should have brought an Arbalest, this would be so much better. But yeah, I'm playing kind of an Immortal Musketeer team, a very weird one, I will add, but it is an Immortal Musketeer, in a sense. I could try to use a defender already, but I'm just gonna drop the command buff and hope that he can hit for sure, as well as get those crits, give him more bleed chance, a bit more damage hopefully as well, and that we can kind of just demolish one of my opponent's characters, because if I just bring one of their characters down to zero, there's literally nothing they can do to save him. They don't have guards, they don't have reclaim here, all I have to do is just keep focusing this bounty hunter down, and he will go down. He doesn't have finish him though. Would it be smarter to go for the Jester, since he doesn't have finisher? But hitting two characters at the same time is a bit better, but going for this... Oh. Okay, at least I do get to bleed. I'm gonna try focusing the Jester down here, because, I mean, of course, Finale and the Harvest is a bigger threat, especially if he doesn't have finish him. So odd having the Mark for Death and the Collect Bounty and the Come Hither, but not the finish him. Really weird. Goes for that on my doggy, he doesn't care. If I click him, he can go down already to a finale. Yeah, this is not gonna be a fun one, is it? Well, if the doggy goes down, then so be it, the Flagellant lives. That's kind of the idea here. I think I should keep the Musketeer alive for as long as possible though, so... well, if the doggy dies, so be it, indeed. I'm gonna go for yet another guard dog, give myself a little bit of dodge. I do have prot, but... wait, against 2 buffs for damage here plus 40% damage, he should be doing 11 to 20. Against the prot, it would kill me immediately, but my opponent doesn't go for it. Surprisingly, they want to drop the finale on the Musketeer, apparently, I'd imagine, at least. I'm just going to heal myself. Of course I get a mineral on it, but you know, what can I do about it? In terms of the setup that I'm actually bringing, I decided not to bring Redeem on the Flagellant, since the idea of the challenge was to stay at this store, to be aggressive, so why would you bring Redeem? Because that would be getting you out of this store. So since I wanted to stay at this store, originally the plan was I drop Reclaim, and then I bleed myself, and with the Crown of Thorns I do more damage, and I have this at this store. When I do go out of this store, it's like an Exsanguinate or something. Then the man-at-arms is here with the numbing instance and the protector's kite to guard in case the doggy goes out, or you know, in case something bad happens. He'll still have this anti-stun, and he's also quite tanky with this setup, so that's pretty good. The Musketeer, of course, is here to stress heal, be just a very good supportive character. I didn't really know who to put in position for, but I just ended up deciding on her. Because why not? She's a nice character. She's a pretty nice character. I'm just going to heal myself here with the doggy, and you see, oh, I heal for 6. How did you do that, Shep? How did you heal for 6? It's normally 5. Now I have the tattered chew toy, so I actually gave myself 4 rounds of regen, which sounds pretty decent, but you know, it's not that good. It's generally not that good. This trinket definitely needs some love. Speaking of, I have reworked this trinket. Do you know what I did in my quote-unquote rework of this trinket? I literally gave it +2 max HP. It became kind of a meme, me giving trinkets like 2 HP, 3 HP, instead of actually doing some meaningful changes to them. But those changes are meaningful as well, if you look at it in a certain way. A little bit more HP would go a long way to making the Tattered Chew toy a better trinket. I think it's already an underrated trinket, honestly. Whoa, crit 22 though. I love that. Crit 22, I'm not even at that store yet. Yeah, the idea was really good. It really sucks that my opponent can bypass the guards, or else this would just be an awesome, awesome game. If they had a stressing, it would just be a guaranteed win, like on the spot. Don't even need God of Absolution. I heal myself here, right? Yeah, let me do it. Oh, I want to do it so bad, but I can't. I really can't. Do I drop to the store here? I don't. Not yet. Not yet, at least. I need to keep healing myself with the Musketeer. Oh, that's store already. If the Musketeer goes down, then I won't have a healer, and then things will really get rough. Okay, I gotta go for the 25 here. Watch me get super lucky. Yeah, maybe not yet. Maybe I get lucky on the Distortions. Or am I gonna jinx that as well? Probably. Is he gonna finale now? He is. He's gonna finale now. Kind of a weird time to finale, I'll be honest, but, well, so be it, I guess. In that case, I'm just gonna click here and go for yet another self-heal, and I guess that's just gonna be the plan. These two characters just healing themselves over and over again, while the Flagellant just tries to carry the match and just kill every character but the enemy Flagellant. Yeah, this will be a difficult one. This will indeed be a difficult one. It would be really nice if they didn't have the insane amount of bleeds they have. And if I could... Nah, I want to use it so bad, but I can't. I still can't. Let's just heal myself again. I have multiple healing received, so hopefully I roll for a bit more than 13. I think that was still the min roll in that situation, but you know, what can I do? They're gonna go for it. Oh, Reign of Stars is such a broken ability. Oh, it doesn't get to bleed though. That's awesome. That's actually awesome. I'm gonna have to risk it here. Like, I can't spend the turn just... I mean, I could spend a turn going Exsanguinate, but not sure if that's the smartest move. Oh, the gun hitter does enough damage to bring me down to that, so if I click now, that's unfortunate. But if I do click the Flagellant here, I will heal, so it's okay. Yeah, I could go for an Exsanguinate here, but I just have to risk the 8% and go for the death blow. Oh my god. Okay, I did get an affliction, so maybe that makes something happen. I have 92 death door resistance. If it doesn't work, I don't know what to say. But my opponent's definitely gonna go Harry into Dirk Stab. I can sense it already. I can feel my opponent just have that need to bypass the guard, take my Flagellant out. They've probably noticed that I'm doing something really dumb. I mean, I imagine my opponent will notice. It has happened in the past that I play with someone and they were doing like some really dumb idea and I don't figure it out until after the match. But yeah, they go for the 8%, but thankfully they don't get it. Nice. I could click here, but yeah, everything kind of doesn't work. I'm gonna click here and oh, that looks terrible. I go ranging shot. Wait, it's an offensive ability! Ranging shot is an offensive ability. It is, look at it. It actually attacked the enemy team. It doesn't do damage, but it does attack the enemy team, so technically I wouldn't be able to use it. Oh, there you go, finally a good heal. Yeah, technically you wouldn't be able to use ranging shot. Because if you'd be able to use ranging shot, then you'd also be able to do Bellow. Unless you wanna count like you know, no debuffs allowed, no damage allowed, no debuffs allowed, no bleeding, since that isn't a debuff. But it's a D-stealth. It's a D-stealth. Isn't D-stealth technically a debuff? If you look at it in a sort of way. Yeah, kind of. If I go Cry Havoc here, the guard goes away, so yeah, I don't think so. I'm gonna guard and hopefully give myself a little bit more dodge. Yeah, I'm at 57. Maybe it works. I haven't dropped Battle Bounty yet for some bizarre reason. You're gonna go for the Clicked Bounty. Oh, nice dodge, nice dodge. Good job, doggy. And the Jester, he's gonna go Battle Belt instead of going for the kill. That's hilarious. I could have healed the Flagellant, by the way. I just realized I could have healed the Flagellant with the Musketeer, but then I'd be at this store now, so yeah, it would still be bad. Finally, I get a kill on that freaking Jester, so maybe we can still do this. Just maybe we can still do this. I need to keep resisting death blows here. They're gonna go for the Hanseri. It's a 23 to get it on the Flagellant. Did they get it? Yeah. I would keep playing if this... Wow, 19 heal on the Musketeer, by the way. I would keep playing if this was any other situation, but since they have their own Flagellant, with a command buff, I mean, with a Battle Ballad, with a Gauntlet of Absolution and this, there's just no way that I can win anymore. So I'm gonna go out with my final move, the aim shot. Sadly, it doesn't get the kill, and that will be GG for me. The idea was interesting, but it did not work, so let's give it a second go. Alright, and here we go for match number 2, this time against the Cianuro, or Cianuro. I don't know, that looks like a Spanish name to me for some reason, but it looks like they're playing with a Leper team, Leper and Vestal in the same team. Interesting. Well, there's still a decent amount of DOT, but I have given myself a different team setup this time around. Not completely different, but it is a little bit different. I'm still going for the exact same challenge, so I'm just gonna go ahead and guard the Flagellant before anything else happens. So what changes have I made? Well, I gave myself Monkey Spawn on the Houndmaster, so no more Tattered Chew Toy. As much as I think it's a cool trinket and it's neat, it's really not good enough if you're not playing against a stress team, so I've just decided to bring the Monkey Spawn, give myself the dodge, and hopefully be a little bit stronger than that. Flagellant still has the same setup, he wasn't really the problem. The Man at Arms has lost the Protector Skite and he now has the Rancid Cure-All to give himself a lot of resistances, especially against the DOT. And I have an Arbalist instead of having a Musketeer, which is hopefully going to give us a bit of a hand against these pesky bleeds, which my opponent does still have. This time it's going to be Harvest and Caltrops only, but that's still a lot of bleeds. And I imagine they're going to be going for them with the Caltrops right away, but they do not. I would definitely go for Caltrops immediately in this situation. I mean, you can uppercut or try to pull, but those aren't really too effective. Of course, my opponent doesn't know that yet, but okay, that is annoying. That is very annoying, actually. He goes for the stun on my doggy, and despite the 72 dodge, I mean, I guess they do have 135 accuracy, so they have my brother's accuracy over there, so it does make sense that would happen, but it is still annoying. I will say, it is still quite annoying. Do I go Rain or do I go Punish? Oh, the Jester exists, you know? Whoa, that is a nice Rhinoceros. Okay, I'll take it. I will take that. That is very good. I also bleed myself for a bit longer, by the way, if you didn't know. Technically this says 2 for 3 rounds, but if you get a crit on your opponent's side, you also crit bleed yourself. I don't know how that works, it's just Butcher Circus. But yeah, a good play by my opponent. Goes for the Battle Ballad, into the stun onto my character guarding, and then goes for the uppercut to push me because I am technically vulnerable since I didn't bring Snuff. However, their plan gets thwarted by a 15% chance of not getting the push. So basically, man plans, the Ringmaster laughs. That's kind of how the Butcher Circus likes to go, isn't it? It really is. I'm gonna flare the stun away here, and I'm just gonna guard again. Technically good for me because I have a lot of dodge, so hopefully my opponent will eventually fail. Now, I wonder if they're gonna go for the immediate chop or if they're gonna go revenge. It is a question. They might go for the immediate chop, just hope that they get a crit. And if they do get a crit here, it will be very annoying for me, but it is no crit. It is no crit whatsoever, so I can just go ahead and safely guard. Interesting that my opponent did make that decision. I feel like my opponent's actually really freaking good. They're doing the stuff that I would do if I were trying to win this sort of match, so very, very cool to see that. Apart from not using caltrops, but then again, they had a very good plan, and it did technically work, but sadly the leopard didn't really pull his weight as much as he should. But I mean, he still hit for 24, so how much can you really complain about it? They go for the pull here, but thankfully it doesn't work, and of course I don't have any mark synergy, so I don't really have to worry about it too much. So now I'll just go for the command buff, which is a slight bit risky, because he could go for the stun right now and then I can't guard again. But thankfully they can't really move back with the bounty hunter or do something crazy like that to try to go for the immediate finale, so they're just gonna keep it simple and start going for the harvest. Come on, bleed res. Thank you, Rancid Girl. Not a bleed res, not a blight res, both of them generally pretty decent, I mean pretty reliably possible, but sadly they do not happen. So I think I'll just drop another Rain of Sorrows. I somehow missed 90, but I get another crit, and this time I get a crit Rain of Sorrows for 6. That is a heavy hitting Rain of Sorrows if I've ever seen one. Oh, are we gonna witness the downfall of the men-at-arms here? Not yet, but there is one huge problem with bringing Rancid Cure on Namiga's sense, is that you're actually really squishy against damaged teams, believe it or not. It doesn't feel like it when you look at the character, you think like, oh, he's so tanky, but he only has 43 HP and only 10 prot. It really isn't enough against some of those more aggressive teams. I could drop this, but do I really want to? I mean, there's really nothing else for me to do. I'm gonna drop this. It's gonna get rid of my buffs. It is quite literally gonna get rid of my buffs, but I would take 5 damage if I drop the Death Star there, and I do not want to be at Death Star against a Chester with Dark Snap, and a Caltrip still being around and available. And I don't even have protection, so it wouldn't do 0 damage. Yeah, definitely not looking forward to it. I'm very surprised my opponent goes for that. I was expecting yet another stun. Maybe on the doggy, maybe on the man-at-arms, but they don't do it, so now I'm gonna go immediately into the guard. I need to give myself protection here or else I'm just doomed. I will still take a lot of damage from this sniper, to be honest, but hopefully it won't be quite as much. I notice it, my opponent notices my weakness here, and they immediately go for it, and yeah, it hits. It hits and it hurts. It really freaking hurts, actually. Could have been worse, though, so it's fine. I'm gonna use my plus damage while I'm still guarded, so and go for yet another crit Rain of Sorrows. Shep, how many crits do you need to win this match? That's my question. How many crit Rain of Sorrows do I need? Well, I need all I can get. I really need all I can get here, because I'm only using the Flagellant for the offense, so I really need some help. Oh, okay, I see what they're doing. They're gonna go for finale on my men-at-arms then. Yeah, that's a move. That is most definitely a move. Well, in that case, I need a crit heal. Thank you. Thank you, Ring Mommy. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. I am being very lucky today. Yeah, I've risked it for the biscuits, and I've gotten an entire cookie, not just the biscuits. I feel like that's what this match has been. Did I get a bleed resistance there? I did, didn't I? I mean, 95 bleed res, like, I guess that will happen if you give yourself 95 bleed res, but still, kind of outrageous. I'm just gonna guard here again, not because I want to keep the 92 dodge up, which I sort of do, but because I can't go Hound's Harry. As much as I'd love to drop a Hound's Harry right now, I literally cannot do it. Because of the challenge, so yeah, so be it. Yeah, she's stuck on healing duty for a few rounds because I've just been hitting her so freaking hard. Oh, I'll be dropping to 13 HP here. I'm gonna hurt this Jester. I'm gonna hurt this Jester. I'm gonna go for the punish. Yeah, 7 to 15. Oh, I only rolled for 9, but that's still good enough. Yeah, it is. Of course, the Vessel's gonna heal before it drops the Death Star, but that's still pretty good. Could have dropped another Rain of Stars, but I need to take the Jester out, or else it's just too annoying. Oh, that does hurt. That does hurt. Yeah, have to heal here, I have to heal. So I'm gonna heal. Oh, I only get 10 this time. Oh, that might not be enough. What I want to do is I want to click on guard again, so I keep giving myself protection. Of course I couldn't do it immediately because I didn't have enough HP. Oh, please don't go for the finish him. That's the right move. Going for the finish him on the man-at-arms here. If that happens, I'll be in a really rough spot, I will. Okay. Yeah, guard again and hope that the 70 prot is enough. It likely isn't. It likely isn't. My opponent has exploited my one weakness in this team. Apart from blights. If my opponent had blights, you know, other than just a singular handlock, I'd be totally screwed. But yeah, I'm quite screwed regardless, I'll say. They're gonna go for the Divine Grace, definitely the right move. Just not to drop to Death's Door, and yeah... Yeah, I'm really screwed here. I really hope that's enough prot. Technically, protection really freaking hurts, when really freaking stinks to try and get through when you're using Finale with your Jester, but I mean, they have 3 buffs, so it should be 1425. Did they go for it? 5 damage on the Finale. 5 damage on the Finale, so I actually stay alive. Oh my god. That's something else, man. That's something else. And I still have 70 prot. Oh, that's just nasty, actually. And another crit! 5 rounds in a row! Oh no, I did a punish and it wasn't a crit, but all 4 of my Reign of Sorrows have been crits. This Jester has eaten so many freaking crits. It's hilarious. The Vestal this time actually didn't get a bleed because I didn't get the crit on her. Nor did I get a crit the previous round, but that's still hilarious. They're gonna go for the Hugh here. Hugh critting for 10 with Revenge, Gladiator's Mask, and Exotic Snuff, and it only hits me for 10 with a crit. Kind of outrageous. I'm gonna go for heal here. I get an 11. Yeah, that's good enough. There's no way finish him does enough damage even with a crit now, so my opponent really is in a bad spot. How much am I blighting for? Well, that's still 4. You know, keep in mind that Finale is a melee move, so it applies Hemlock Blight. Usually you shouldn't need it, but it does apply Hemlock Blight if you're ever looking forward to using something like that. So sadly my opponent can't click the Jester here and then try to heal him if they've noticed my strategy, because, you know, he's dazed, and as we all know, dazes absolutely suck. But I'm gonna click myself and I'm gonna drop yet another guard. So I eat a little bit of DOT there, but what can I do? And my prot is now at 80. Look, if you just spam Defender over and over again, your prot does eventually go up to the cap. So the finish him right now should be absolutely tickling. It does 7 to 13, so it should be doing like, I don't know, 1 to 3. I feel against 80 prot. Yeah, it's really nice having 80 prot, I will say. They're gonna go for the plot here. Why? To mark me? Do they have collect bounty? No, they don't. Why do they do that? I don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't see how that benefits them in any way. Do they want to pull my Houndmaster after it? That might be the reason. They might be looking to pull my Houndmaster after, but then why not pull the Houndmaster first and then the Man-at-Arms? I don't get it. They go for that maybe to get a crit and do just like a point of damage. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure, but well, I will just go for a heal, another guard here. So these 2 characters have been guarding for pretty much the past 5 rounds. The Man-at-Arms took a turn to drop a Volster. Other than that, it's just been guard, and they keep going. They go for the Dirk Stamp here. It would be an idea to move forward instead of going for that, but they don't do it. I would give myself a command buff, but I'm stuck on guarding duty here, and sadly I whiff. I whiff the Reign of Sorrow, so the Jester doesn't die yet. This could be disastrous now. Yeah, this could be disastrous. They're gonna go for the Hue. It hits me for 3 and a 20. Am I dropping to 0? Yeah, I am. Damn it. You're also dropping to 0. I'm gonna have to self-heal then. But let's go for this first. Only a 10. Only a 10. It should be fine. It should be fine. Don't imagine my opponent can be fine here. What affliction they get? Paranoid. That's really good. It's minus 25% damage. Also a chance of, you know, refusing heals, doing really silly moves. So I'm hoping that I'll make that work. Oh, can you imagine if they still had Caltrops and there wasn't the days? They could go Dirk Stab right now on my Flagellant and go for Caltrops and get the kill. Yeah, that would be amazing. Maybe if they had waited a little bit before dazing themselves or before using the Caltrops. I feel like they did kind of a rage Caltrops at like the start of round 2 after the chop didn't do enough damage. But yeah, I would heal myself here, but the problem with healing myself there is that after I heal, I'll lose dodge, and then I'll just go for the finish him into the Dirk Stab and get the kill on me, which isn't ideal. So I'm not gonna let that happen. I'm gonna guard, and if they want to go for the finish him now, they'll bring me down to 0. Please don't go for the come hither. That would break my heart if they know to go for the come hither. Oh, please dodge, I have 92. Oh, that's so clutch. That's so clutch that I actually get the dodge there. I can go for the liquids now. Yeah, that is really freaking clutch. This is a really close match. All I have to do is kill that freaking Chester, but I failed 2 90s already. It's not being too easy. Okay, match 1 goes down to 0 now. Okay, here's the deal. Here's the deal, right? I have two choices. Right now. Either also I got a crit heal for what? 10 on the men arms? Jesus, Flagellant things. I have two choices. Definitely click the Flagellant, and then I can either go for an Exsanguinate and stay safe, or I could go for a Ring of Sorrows and potentially get the kill. If I don't, I can just heal with the Arbals, but I do get the kill. I get the 25. God damn. 25, just immediate. I mean, I guess I could have gotten it the previous round if I hadn't missed the 90, but if I'm my opponent, I'd be pissed. I would be pissed. I would be clicking the surrender button right now. Maybe not right now, because they might still get one kill here and make me fail the challenge, but do they know I'm going for this challenge yet? Maybe, maybe not. We have no way of really telling. I think they would know. Right, I think they would know. Isn't it kind of humiliating to lose to a team if they're only using like one character for offense? I mean, if they're using like a doggy for offense, then it's already really good, because doggies Hanseris kind of ruin your opponent, but if they're using just a Flagellant for the offense, usually Flagellant's kind of like a balanced character. He has a lot of offense, he also has a lot of defense. You don't see him being like the main damage output. He's very good at outputting damage for sure, but he's not the main damage output most of the time. Usually that role is either for the Arbalist in the team, or for a Jester, or an Antiquarian, or for the Houndmaster. When I say damage, I don't mean just damage, I mean stress and DOT as well. I mean just like pressure output, if you want to put it in such a fancy way. I could heal myself here and get rid of the Caltrops, and honestly that sounds really cool. I've gotten rid of almost all the Caltrops on my characters, and look at this. All you had to do was save it, and you could have potentially gotten a kill on the Flagellant here after a few rounds. But you know, without having dropped the Caltrops, they would probably have a lot more pressure against me right now. I have to guard again and stay out of position. Jesus, that's annoying. I think yeah, I have to go for it. It's really annoying, actually. That's genuinely really annoying, but I don't go for it immediately. No, I don't. I go for yet another defender here. And why? Why is that you don't go for it immediately? Well, if I guard you immediately again, I'll get rid of my regen, and then you can just go for a heal, bring me down to 0. But it's fine, Chip, you have a heal. Yes, I would have a heal. And then they wouldn't be able to bring me down to 0 again, but it's still icky. I'd rather give myself keep the regen, basically, for as long as possible, but that's annoying. I could heal here and move forward. Definitely not move forward first. That's not what I should be doing. I kind of forgot they had stuns, but that's why you keep the Arbalist action. I could have went for a flare and tried to do it that way, but I'm just gonna move forward here and call it a day. Oh, that's probably not a good idea though, moving forward here. They do 3 damage with the Hue, it tickles, and they miss as well. It's probably not a good idea to move forward, because then both characters will be in the same spot, but I can just guard the man-at-arms instead, honestly. Yeah, I can do that. I can just guard the man-at-arms instead, so let's move forward, it's fine. I'll be okay. If they do drop the Flagellant down to 0, I still have regen here, I still have the Flagellant just dropping to 0 and healing someone else, I still have Exsanguinate. I should be relatively fine here. And this is a good team that my opponent has, like maybe not the most meta thing, but I mean there's stuns, there's heals, there's these two characters which are freaking annoying, there's the leper which is really good. They definitely have a decent setup here. Now, I could go for the Exsanguinate and miss it, that's one of the ideas. I mean I have plus 20 accuracy, I literally cannot miss it. Should I go for it? Yeah. There's no reason why you wouldn't try it. Let's go for the Exsanguinate here. 12 damage, do I get to bleed? I do, and I heal myself for 24, which you might think, wait, that's what you usually would heal if you had Gauntlet. Do you have a secret Gauntlet? No, Last Breath Color actually gives you healing received if you're low HP. You don't have to be at this store with this, which is pretty cool. I like that it's low HP and not this store. If I were to buff this trinket, I said that it was fine, it didn't need buffs, which, you know, is sort of true. It kind of doesn't need buffs, it's already a pretty decent trinket, it's good at what it does. But I feel like if it wanted a little bit of love, you could up that below 20%, you could make it like below 50%, and it would be really cool. Or you could make it like plus 40% healing received if at this store, or something like that, or maybe plus 50% healing received if at this store. That might be a bit too much. Yeah, that might be a bit too much. I'm gonna change the guards here, and I'm gonna guard the Flagellant with the man-at-arms, and I'm gonna hope that the doggy just dodges. Honestly, I'm just gonna use guard dog twice and just hope that he dodges. Even if he doesn't, like, it's gonna take my opponent a few moves to break down this man-at-arms defenses, so I should be okay here. No! Oh, he resists it. Nice. Yeah, that's usually why you run 2 stun trinkets. It's kind of a weird spot you're in with the Vessel, because she's technically the best healer, but at the same time you have to deal with the shenanigans of, do I bring 2 stun trinkets, do I bring 1 stun trinket, or do I just bring 2 healing trinkets? Usually, I mean, you never want to get rid of Tome of Fury. Tome of Fury is just awesome. It's really a trinket that getting rid of it is just like, why? Why would you not bring Tome of Fury? So much accuracy, so much stun chance. It's just such an awesome trinket. Even if you're planning to play a heal bot, sometimes heal botting it isn't enough in the Circus. So just having that Tome of Fury is really cool. Some people are gonna be like, oh, heal botting it is never worth it, because you can just heal out of this door and that's gonna be enough. Not really. Look at what I'm doing here. You see the amount of healing that I'm doing with the Arbals. It's really good, right? Why is it really good? Because it's big, and the bigger is better. I'm sorry, guys, but the bigger is better. Sometimes, I mean, I'm not sure how you could draw a parallel with this, but if your opponent is an Arbalist and goes for the sniper shot crit for 44 anyway, then bigger is better doesn't really work all that well, but trying to make a parallel with it is kind of difficult with IRL, but basically what I'm trying to say here is, if you heal for more damage than your opponent actually does, if it takes your opponent 2 actions to bring your characters down to 0 immediately, then heal botting it is actually worth it. And having a heal this big is a lot better than having a heal that small. While small heals are kind of very, I mean, I say kind of, but they're very prevalent in the Butcher Circus. They're the meta. You have Rally to the Flame, you have small heals like Lick Wounds and stuff like that. But big heals are very good as well. They're actually quite awesome. I can finally be aggressive with the Flagellant again, and I think I'm gonna maybe focusing the Bounty Hunter down, but honestly can't really get through all the protection I have, so I'm gonna focus the Leper down, because he's the actual threat right now. He's the character that is bringing my characters down to 0, and of course I want that to happen, so let's keep being aggressive. Look at this team, it's kind of annoying, isn't it? Don't you feel annoyed to be playing against it if you're my opponent? It's kind of an Immortal Musketeer, except this time it's an Immortal Arbalist. And is it decent? It feels decent, doesn't it? I feel like it is. I feel like it is indeed decent. I could go for a Commando here, but honestly there's no need. I'm just gonna punish. I'm actually very unlikely to bleed myself, because, I mean, it's impossible for me to bleed myself because of that crown, because of the guard from the Flagellant. I have 55 bleed rest now, so I can't bleed myself unless I get a crit on it. That's unfortunate. I'd love to have the plus damage. Did I fail to bleed? No, I didn't. Okay, so, you know, even though the leopard can heal for a while, the bleed is putting him right back down to 0, so it's not really gonna matter. My opponent's gonna keep disrupting me and keep being annoying, so thank you very much for that, but I will just move back here. My prot is gonna drop down to 70, and it's not gonna be back up to 80 for like 3 rounds, I think. So that's unfortunate, but 70 is still fine for what I need to do here. Ah, you can heal, annoying. That's so annoying. But it's fine, I'm gonna change the guard now. So now it's the Houndmaster guarding, so they can't go for huge shenanigans and bring me down to 0. Though it probably wouldn't work, it could, so I'm not really looking forward to it. And I'm gonna go for more preemptive healing, because I have Medic's full plate, I can just keep healing over and over and over again. Would it be better to have like an antiquarian here in position 4? Maybe, but I'd be even more susceptible to disruption, because after the 4 round, I mean, after the 3 takeovers expire, your opponent can keep going for pulls over and over again, and if they're going for pulls, sure, you can move back, but then you don't have regen. You could guard her and still use the regen, but then you don't have a direct healer. Not having a direct healer is kind of annoying if you're trying to run a team that wants to stay alive. Yeah, kind of annoying. I say kind of, but it would be actually really freaking annoying. Direct healers are so good. As good as regen is, and no matter how much regen you can stack, just having a character that says, if you drop down to this floor, I will use my action to heal you, is really, really good in the Witcher Circus, which is why the Arbalest, one of the reasons why the Arbalest is so broken. She has one of the best direct heals, because it also cures bleed, on top of being like a medium heal. It's not a small heal, it's not a big heal, it's not like a Flagellant Redeem or a Vessel Divine Grace, but it's still really nice. And my opponent keeps pulling! Stop doing that already! Stop pulling me, it's so annoying. They're trying to win, my opponent does not want to lose this. They're in Champion. Champion players are the best, because they can smell that Darkest. They can feel it, they're trying to get it. Oh, the hit from the Vessel, nice! This is gonna be a rough sort of situation where now they're gonna go for the heal. I mean, they don't have to, because I can't go aggressive anyway. They've probably figured it out, honestly. But no, they go for the Divine Grace already. Interesting decision, interesting. I think I'll just move back here. Eventually, let's just guard, screw it. Yeah, let's just guard. I don't want to lose out on the dodge. If I start losing out on the dodge, you're just going to be even more annoying. They have dropped Revenge after if they click here, they actually take 19 damage, for sure. They probably take like 21, I think, in this situation, so let's keep that in mind. I'm gonna go free heal here on the doggy. With the amount of protection that he has 15, and having a bit of HP here could actually make a difference. Yeah, they did take 21. You're at that star, buddy. Maybe you should have gone for yet another heal. Maybe my opponent didn't account for the Revenge, making you take a little bit more bleed. Maybe they did, but, you know, how can I tell? I'm gonna go for the punish now, and if this gets a death blow, that's gonna be it for my opponent. Another 25. Another 25, and yeah, that's surrender. I'd surrender too. not just because you can't win anymore, but because getting hit with 25% death blows, like 5 crit Rain of Sorrows. Oh my god, and you're playing a Vessel Leopard team. Well, kudos to my opponent for trying to make something fun happen. I did something quote-unquote fun too. I'm not sure if this is fun or if it's kind of crippling and sort of sadistic to torture your opponent with this. I think it's a little less sadistic than the Mortal Musketeer. That one's even more annoying, but yeah, I think what I was doing was a little bit less sadistic than this, because you know that if you're running against this, you're gonna have a terrible match. If you're running against this, then, you know, at least it's something new, it's something kinda cool, and only the Flagellant can attack it, so at least there's some sort of self-imposed rule on limiting the amount of pain it can inflict. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you again another time. Cheers.